So Darcy was at the bottom of the barrel once again. In 1937, he had this horse called the Trump. He'd had rather an inglorious record of racing. He'd won only a couple of races. In the previous season, he'd won 1 out of 7. But he was weighted in the Melbourne Cup, I think, for around about 7-8 for memory. And he was to have his first race at Moonee Valley. Darcy had no money, but got round among some friends, got £100. And at that time in Melbourne, there was a doctor who was well known for his betting, but he only was interested in horses at 33 to 1 or 50 to 1. Consequently, the bookies loved him. Darcy was wise enough to give the doctor the 100, and he got the 33 to 1, and home came the Trump. A little while after, they put it in at Caulfield, and it won again. Then it went into the Toorak handicap, and it won again. And all this time, Darcy was just doubling up. There were people who said he didn't see the races. He was too busy getting on with the bookmakers. They came to the Toorak, which he won, and then he went into the Caulfield Cup, and he won that race. So then he went on to the McKinnon Stakes at Flemington and won that. And then he, with Darcy still buttering up, and then he went into the Melbourne Cup and won that.
They're off. The start for the Melbourne Cup of 1937 has begun. And now when the horse has settled down into stride, the Trump nearest the rails is very prominent. The Trump began very fast and is at the top of the field when they've settled down into stride. But Sir Reid began very badly and has lost considerable ground. And now as they settle down at the end of about a furlong and a half, Hewer has worked his way across from the outside. He's over on the rails and he's near the head of the field, with also close Handy Royal Step and John Wilkes, who's pulling hard. Tapestry on the outside is also prominent. Marla finishing about a length behind Tapestry. Now as they turn into the straight, Sarcery got a run on the inside, and Sarcery is the leader. Hewer ran off the course and lost a lot of ground. On the inside, Willie Wynn is battling on, and so is Silver Standard. In the centre of the course, John Wilkes is making an effort, and also further out, Halunga's putting in a fast run. Now as they run to about the furlong post, Willie Wynn has challenged Sarcery. Silver Standard's coming through, and the Trump is getting a run on the inside. The Trump is dashing through, and the Trump is challenging Willie Wynn and Sarcery. Within the shadow of the post, the Trump is finishing like a shot out of a gun, and the Trump gets up and beats Sarcery and Willie Wynn. Fourth is Halunga, then follows Don Astor. Gay Knight, John Wilkes, Silver Standard, both down.
And that was a record of 6 wins on end, which brought Darcy a fabulous amount of money, had the bookmakers reeling, and everybody was wondering how they were going to get settlement. But from then on, the saga of the Trump began to change. They had their downs, and unfortunately, over a period of years, Darcy lost all that money and died in a home for poor people.